the health measures. These, sir, I believe, have to be taken carefully. And I believe we have to be wary of all or nothing approaches and the demonization of certain categories of food. A pear, what we call a pear, what the member for St. Michael East and the member for St. Michael South and call a pear. The member for St. James Central might call it an avocado. But that, sir, that avocado is mostly fat. It is healthy, monounsaturated fat. It has fiber, it has magnesium, it has a lot of great things, other things, selenium, other things that highly recommend it. But it is mostly fat. And there was a time when fat, dietary fat, was the devil. And in fact, the current sugar addiction that the world suffers was created in the height of the low-fat revolution, if we recall. And that revolution was all based on lobbying by big business. Sir, jelly beans were stamped with a low-fat label and presented as health food in the height of the low-fat revolution, because big business and lobbyists wanted to use this opportunity to get their products ahead in the market. High-sugar cereals were pumped up with vitamins and stamped low-fat and stamped high in vitamins and minerals. High-sugar cereals with Count Chocula and all these things that people eat. And they were advertised to children during early morning cartoon shows. That is what has caused us to be caught in this high sugar trap that we are caught in now, not just here, but all over the world. So I cannot object to the raising of taxes on sugary drinks. I can't object to that. It makes perfect sense. It is the right thing to do. And I hope that that includes juice, because it's not just sugary sodas or soft drinks. Sweet juice and juice drinks. And this is not to take away market share from anybody, but let's be real. As the old people say, if you say A, you go say B. But it has to go beyond that, or we are going to find ourselves in another nutrition trap. It has to be about helping to teach people what is the balance that is going to keep them healthy. And I can't object to zero rating of health foods or healthy foods. But this may be a small point for some, but I want us to tread carefully. Drinks like Ensure and Enterex and so on, sir, these have a very narrow use case. They are literally for people who need to temporarily replace their meals with liquid because they're not tolerating food, or they're for people who for some reason cannot get enough calories in a day, 1,400 or 1,600 or 1,800 or whatever your resting metabolic rate tells you you're supposed to eat. These drinks are for those people. They are meal replacements that apply in a very narrow set of circumstances. They're not in themselves healthier than other foods. Go and look at the ingredients. And in fact, if you take them as a drink with other meals, they're going to cause people to be overnourished. So let's be careful about the signals that we send. Similarly, for multivitamins. I mean, multivitamins are not going to kill you, but not everybody needs multivitamins. There was a time, sir, and before you prompt me, I will let you know that I know I have 5 minutes left. There was a time, sir, where I used to tell clients when I was a trainer in one of my many lives, and remember St. Michael South and St. Philip South claimed that they used to go to a gym that I used to teach at, but I never seen them in there yet, so I don't know how true. But there was a time when I used to tell clients that I used to train that I would rather that they get some cucumbers and some cabbage from their local farmer or grow some themselves than to spend $60 a month on a multivitamin. Most of us can get the nourishment that we need from food if we eat well. No, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with zero rating multivitamins. I'm saying this. This has to be a part of a very, very comprehensive plan to address nutrition security and wellness in this country. Otherwise, we are going to find ourselves demonizing certain things, sending certain signals that give people the wrong message about how they have to manage their nutrition. The last example I will use here, sir, is the plans that I heard referenced by the Honorable Prime Minister to later apply similar taxes to high salt foods. Sir, cottage cheese is a food that is very high in sodium. And there was a time when every dietitian in the public health system in the UK, and similarly here in Barbados, used to prescribe cottage cheese in meal plans for people who were trying to lose weight.
Honorable member.
So before we start slapping labels on things,
5 more minutes.
thank you, sir, and taxing high salt foods, let us fully explore and understand the combination of approaches that will work in our populations.